No, God damn it. Gee whiz, what the hell? You're going to get us a, you see, oh, man. Listen to your music, Mister. I'm country, but I'm not white no more. I can't be Hank
we,
Williams country. I can't be.
we do not own the rights to that music.
No, we don't.
All right, everybody, welcome in to Real Talk with Spoon and Puddin. I'll be the one and only Big Spoon.
I'll be pudding, and I guess you do your disclaimer or whatever if you want to just say. Don't take anything we say out of context. Only opinions.
The primary purpose of this podcast is to educate and share our thoughts and opinions. When we have proof and evidence on a topic, it will be brought forth. This podcast does not constitute advice or services to anyone. Spoon and Puddin do not accept any responsibility or liability for our guests or anyone's comments or actions based on material we talk about on our podcast. This podcast is for private, non-commercial use, and everyone should ascertain that the information we provide is correct and verified at all times. There shall be no adding to, editing, or reproduction of this podcast without prior written permission from Spoon and Puddin. You can reach us at Real Talk with Spoon and Puddin at gmail.com. What's going on?
So at least I respect Kid Rock because he had that trashy sound 20 years ago. Now everybody try to do it.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you're the one that I was like, oh, please don't mean you're not going to put that on there.
Hey, I'm playing with trying to figure out how to get music uploaded. So
getting music uploaded is fine, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, you who was your go-to at the gym that you used to play all? Oh, Taylor Swift, yeah.
No, Taylor Swift.
Oh, yes.
I like Taylor Swift, but that wasn't my go-to.
Oh, you did it all the time.
Some of the stuff you used to
play. Carey. Some of that crap you used to play at the gym. I'm like, oh my gosh, is this a 13-year-old tween? You know, you little.
Hey, what's wrong with? Ain't nothing wrong with Taylor. Shut the hell up.
Man, Taylor Swift apparently. Keep my opinion to myself about her. So, what did you want to talk about today? I know earlier you was talking about something in the NBA or WNBA or whatever. You know.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to speak on Brittany Griner. She's been held in a Russian jail for quite a while because she broke the law over there. Just like there's people over here by the probably millions that's incarcerated for a nonviolent marijuana crime, and well, she's been convicted and sentenced. You know, the government's in uproar. There's a lot of athletes up in uproar, and then her coach come out and made a statement about if this was LeBron, she'd already be released, and this has got to do with women's rights and gay rights and this and that. Like, what does that have to do with the price of milk in Alaska, right? Because she's gay, they should release her so she could have her special rights.
It's the same. I learned a long time ago, like Pearl Jam, for instance, when they started talking politics, I was done. I was like, all right, I don't listen to your music so that you can try to, tell me which side of the aisle I need to choose. Both sides are the same bird, but it's still the point where, like, when you talk about politics and basketball or any sport, I don't watch it. I don't care about none of it. I know there's a lot of people that do, but 30 years ago, you played your game and you made your big money and you went home. Nowadays, everybody wants to, try to, like, they're on some kind of platform and they want to push something. Just catch your bouncing balls, throw it through the hoops, make your money, and shut up.
Yeah. Well, the thing I wanted to speak on was, I don't care if you're white, black, Spanish, big, tall, short, fat, any of that. I love everybody all the same. The thing that irritates me is when they try to use what they claim they are to get special privileges and special rights and special treatment. All right.
It's the same as your local thing. The lady from the chamber getting away with a DUI.
Yeah, but what I'm
you
talking
know.
about in our country,
But
uh, the gay people, the I'm not even gonna try to say it because I'm gonna say it wrong.
all
Uh,
the acronyms plus.
their movement. I have no problem if you're gay. I have a lot of gay friends. They know where I stand. I know where they stand. I love them to death. But when these certain group of you uh, try to change things in our country and get special benefits and special privileges because you're gay, that's when I draw the line and I have a problem with it. Like, I know you're not the big sports guy like I am, but how many times have you heard this football player come out as gay? Like, who gives a shit? Play football. The other 423 players that come out and go, I'm straight, let's play football, right? Nobody cares. What you do in the privacy of your home, don't care. Me personally, the country's based on freedom. If you want to sleep with a goat in the privacy of your home and I don't have to look at it, have at it, buddy. You're not going to hear me complain about it.
You
Uh,
just now there's a plane full of Afghanistan people ready to fly over here. like, like Big Spoon said it was okay. We can marry goat.
yeah. Now, I'm not going to make racist comments there.
Well, you're the one that's talking about goats. I guess because
Well,
of your little post that you is that what
no,
it was?
no, no.
Yeah,
But that's funny. Uh,
but you're the one talking about goats all morning for some
but I
reason.
don't know if anybody's seen that. Somebody commented that their goat got run over by a FedEx driver, which they can't prove. They're just making a claim, and the post read like the goat was running 35 mile an hour. So I commented like,
Did he
uh,
have a license on his ass?
I said a goat running 35 miles per hour. What the hell you feeding him, meth? I
No.
said if he was running at a normal goat speed, he probably wouldn't have got ran over. Just a
Did he
thought.
have his did he have his turn blinker horn on or whatever?
Probably had splashers on. Uh,
35. Oh well, but no, that's what I'm saying. You're sitting here all of a sudden insinuating about goats, and that. But I mean, like I said, the counterbalance argument is slippery slope of you loosen this up, next thing you know, people are gonna marry their goat or something.
well, what I'm saying is, it's not my business what anybody else does. All right, and
As long as you
and
don't hurt other people, that's kind of the way I
well,
try to
and don't
pass
turn the platform around to try to change the culture of the country to to, to get special treatment, right? Like people, I hear people all the time go, well, gay couples shouldn't be able to adopt. Why not? There's a lot of children in this world that need loving parents.
my problem with the system is it's not fair. I would
No, it's
say if
not fair.
you're I would say if you was a gay person, you would get to adopt faster.
Well,
It's almost like the system's set up to try to push that social experiment.
well, sure. In this day and age, I'm absolutely sure that's probably the way it is. But the whole adoption process is still so screwed up. It takes so long. It costs so much money, and then people want to wager that, but from abortion to adoption, it's not apples and apples. It's apples and oranges. If the adoption process was handled the proper way, then the abortion issue wouldn't be as big as it is, right?
I
Some
mean, yeah,
people go
that's neither
some
here
people go
nor
3 to 5 years before they can actually get to adopt, and it costs thousands and thousands of dollars. Why is that?
It
If you
shouldn't.
have
Well,
these,
no,
if
it
you
shouldn't. If you're willing to, be a responsible person and raise somebody else's unwanted, offspring, then no, it shouldn't cost you a dime.
well, look at this. I have 5 children, right? I got one that's graduated high school, college. She's a teacher. I got another one's graduated high school. He's going to the military. My next one's graduating December. If me and the wife went to one and wanted to adopt, we would have to be through the ringer and prove that we're good enough to raise this child who doesn't have a family, right? Like like I had raised the 5 we have.
Mm. Well, I
It's
mean,
it's
it's
just a
just
joke.
no. The whole system's a joke. It's all broken. Nothing works anymore. Um, but
But
I mean, like I
but
said,
what
the whole point of this podcast, and like I said, I know I went on a tangent of telling people in the beginning that if you're a sports person, catch the ball, shut up, and go home and cash your check. If you're a
well
singer, sing your song. That's what I paid for, and keep your pie hole shut about what your
well
feelings are.
well me and you both know when we grew up. the players that we watched and idolized, they didn't speak on politics. The actors didn't speak on politics. They done their job. They made their movie. They played their game. They dribbled their basketball, whatever, and they went on about their business. They wasn't there wasn't a leader out there for BLM and LBGQ, whatever. I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm I'm not trying to uh, slander y'all's group or whatever. I don't know what order it goes in, so I apologize for that. So
you want to be racist today? Just say all lives matter. That's when you're a racist.
well, all lives do matter, but what I'm getting
No,
at
no,
is,
no. I'm saying if you want to be a racist, you want to be categorized as a racist. Just say all
well,
lives matter.
I've already been
racist.
categorized as an extremist and a racist. So there's
Yeah, I
that.
know you run off your uh, daughter. I can't believe all that stuff you said to him.
I didn't say anything.
Yes, you did.
But what I'm getting at is you said those groups like Antifa and BLM and then the LBGQ.
You're demoralizing you're demoralizing the Rio Grande water on his back. Come on now.
You take all those groups and each group has their own agenda, but they all have something in common, right? They want special rights.
It's divide and conquer. It's divide and conquer. It's every group is. Even even the KKK was divide and conquer in a way. It was get all the white people together and then we'll conquer the others. And it's just a reverse role of it.
But I don't understand how society can look and say, well, the KKK was a hate group,
but BLM isn't.
But the BLM isn't, right? Oh. And not that I don't support the BLM movement.
I don't support it.
It's the way they go about it. If you're out there rioting and destroying stuff and hurting people, you're not doing it the right way, right?
Just like the argument I had with my sister, and she, I mean, come on now. She was a big BLM supporter and everything. I just told her, I said, "Do you think I sit around my house and secretly fantasize about hanging black people from trees? Are you crazy?"
Well, of course not.
I don't care. I don't care what your race. I could care less. As soon as I meet you, I'll see the skin color. That's the book. Let's see what's in it.
Well,
I don't, and if you get a couple pages in and all of a sudden you realize that, oh, you're a racist, whatever. I'll just go back and be my recluse.
Well, I think people fail to realize, all right, they'll say, well, I'm white. No, you're not. Like, I'm Cherokee, I'm German, I'm Polish, I'm Irish. None of us are white. We're all mixed with something, right? We all came from a different country. It doesn't matter what color skin you are. I told you about the issue we had on 4th of July with my daughter's boyfriend. Right? My family is as mixed as they come for supposedly being a white person. And I told him from the start, like, we're going to cut up stuff. You just got to go with the flow, right? We didn't mean nothing by it. And then he's going to get offended and leave. Which I didn't know he was offended when he left. He said, "Oh, we're leaving because I'm tired." But that's what I'm getting at is.
Oh, that's the new generation. The problem of, oh, we're going because we're tired, and then you hear later, y'all were racist. What?
The woke generation, is that what they call them?
Yeah,
they need to wake the fuck up. That's what they need to do.
We need to. I think maybe all future electric cars need to come with a little sandbox so they can shove their head in it and hide. From the rest of the world, because you can't control opinions or you can't sway people's minds. The only thing you can do is show them where the water is.
The old lead the horse to water, but can't make him drink. Mm-hmm. I smell bacon.
Uh-oh. You're having bacon, I'll be right over.
It's turkey bacon.
oh, no, never mind. Stay at home.
Is it turkey bacon? No, we're having real bacon. I'm having turkey.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'll tell them. I'll tell the hobbits to get ready. We're going to have bacon.
All right. Sausage, bacon, egg.
Is he going to have some of that wallpaper pasty gravy?
No, I don't need that.
No pasty gravy?
But get on that. What if I started a Fat Man movement? Do you think I'd get anywhere with that?
Probably.
There's a lot.
Today, yes. Oh, no, today, yes.
There's a lot of us in this world. I mean, wonder if we get some special treatment.
Do we know that being fat is unhealthy? Absolutely, that's science. But
Say
the
what?
other, you know, what the,
Old lady said she gives me all kinds of special treatment.
oh yes, yes. I need to get some. I got a hole in my drywall. Can I get some of her heavy gravy?
You want some great?
Yeah, need to patch the drywall.
Puddin said he's coming home for breakfast, but he wants some of my wallpaper paste gravy. She said she didn't plan on making that because I don't need it.
You don't know. You
No
don't need
biscuit.
it. No, you don't need it. But now you're big and beautiful and healthy. You know better.
Well, well, who
That's
said?
the thing. All these heavy people that act like I'm so big and beautiful, they know they're not healthy.
But
You know.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Back growing up, your granny she cooked everything in what lard and grease,
Oh yeah, I know.
everything, everything. And look how long they lived.
Oh, I know.
And
I
most
guess
of them wasn't overweight.
my grandfather's still alive. He's 96. You know,
There you go.
he grew up cutting chickens' heads off on the farm and taking the eggs right out of there and drinking raw milk.
And,
Oh my gosh, heavens to bed.
and I bet he baked that chicken and peeled all the fat skin off of it too, right? He didn't
Well,
fry none of that
they had
stuff in
their
grease and
they
lard.
had their little boiling salt water where they cut the head off and chunk it in there and rip the feathers out of it. You know, fine as can be. Grew my parents up eating lard. You know, I mean, I'm but now everybody gets Crisco.
No, I don't want no Crisco.
Well, that's the new lard.
Yeah.
It's not good for you.
Well, well, well. Like when she gets done cooking the bacon and stuff, she'll save the grease, right?
Yeah, we save ours. Yeah.
Yeah. But you try to. Yeah, she's got a jar of it right now. But you got to explain to kids like, what are you keeping the grease for? And it was like, oh my gosh, y'all have no clue.
That's good. Well, I mean, you get rendered fat, and I mean that's how we got soap and all other kinds of things. But like I said, old timers weren't, you know, they were smart. They're still smart.
You, yeah,
There's a lot of
you're
wisdom to be taken from the older generation.
you're right on the sense, Rose. She said they could eat like that because they worked hard back then, and today people don't. Well, that and they didn't have
I
uh,
mean,
fast food drive-throughs on every corner.
yeah, the McHeart attacks. Yeah. They're
Well,
trying to
back
kill
then,
it.
they were busy making a living and making a life, right? And today's we're too busy running around wasting our life. You're going to ball game and to concert and to
I
work
thought,
and this.
yes. Well, I had to squint and look across. What was it, Arby's yesterday, and I looked over beside Advance there, and I was like, "That's not Charlie, is it?" The little car wash. I don't know who that was. The Portland car wash or whatever.
It wasn't me.
I know it wasn't you. I was looking. It was kind of heavy person, but I was like, no, he's not. He's not as heavy.
Oh, you was just looking because it was a big fat ass out there watching the car, and you
Yeah,
thought it was
yeah.
me.
I was being a fatsist. You know.
Hey, I'm offended.
Oh, go ahead and be offended. Cry me a
Okay.
handful here. Let me get a. Come on, get it. Come on, spoon. I'm ready. Give me a handful of it. Come on. You're gonna wipe it off your. Oh, you're
Uh,
playing Hearts and Flowers on the world's smallest violin.
yeah, but getting back to what I was talking about is, at what point did we get to the stage where uh, all these groups, it slowly started, but like the gay people wanted to start their group and they got the rainbow flag. They want to do all that, it's fine. Whatever they want to do, that's great. But coming out and saying, "Well, I play football and I'm gay," and then we're throwing a parade and all that. What are you accomplishing? Is what I'm getting at. You don't have the straight people coming out there straight. All that stuff's supposed to be kept private. Like I'm sure you were brought up, just like your parents were brought up, that you didn't talk about those things in public. Those things were kept at home, right?
Nobody cared. I don't think. I mean, if you heard about it, you might gasp and like, ooh, do a little back gossip about, this person's gay.
Is it the
But
social
who
media
cares?
era? Is
I
that what
think
it
it is.
is?
I no, I believe social media has a ton to do with it. But just like you're talking about you know the these gay pride stuff. I mean, that was the main reason I wanted to cancel. Because of that Planet Fitness garbage right there. Let's
Right.
celebrate pride, judgment free. I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm done. Enough. I'm out.
Well,
They simple.
I don't have a problem with them
I don't have a
doing
problem
what
with them either. But when
don't
businesses want to,
don't push it in my face, right?
yes,
That's what you're saying.
shut up. Yeah, shut up.
If you want
If
to
Planet
donate and
Fitness
support,
wanted to fund, if Planet Fitness wanted to take $1 from everyone's membership and send it to an organization, fine. But don't tell me that I need to buy a shirt to celebrate it.
right?
You know,
That's kind of the whole point I'm getting at. Me and you both
oh,
personally know somebody we work with
just canceled.
that's gay. I have other gay friends. Uh,
I mean,
we have uh, people in our family that's gay. No, that's
you
an
got.
issue. It
I mean,
becomes an
okay.
issue when you start pushing your agenda all in somebody's face.
No, I know. It's just like we've got you know hobbitses in there told me about some post attacking Planet Fitness in town and showing it. I couldn't hardly find it, but I remember over a year ago when I heard Planet Fitness was coming to Port, I was like so excited, and it didn't take long for that to just fade away because that place is a joke.
Well, they got the crappiest store managers they could
Oh,
find, I
I
guess.
know. Yeah,
Uh,
I'm not gonna.
and
Uh,
then some of the people he has working in their old days think they're God.
oh yeah.
What's that one girl's name? I don't remember that woman's name, but she works at
Mm,
Macy's too. You
oh,
go in there and some of the other ones are working. If you want the massage chair for 15 minutes because nobody's in there, they'll set it for 15 minutes. You go to her and say,
not her. She's like strict.
"Oh, well, we can only set it for 10 minutes." I'm like,
I think. I think
There's
she
only
was the
one
one
other
that
person in here."
literally. I believe one of my biggest like what was I think it was her. I went to check in for a tan, and she was like, "Oh, it hasn't been 24 hours since your last tan." And I said, "How long ago was it?" Because I come in here at the same time every day. "Oh, you got to wait 10 minutes." And I just sit there and looked at her. I'm like, "Are you serious? Serious? You're
10
gonna hold
minutes.
me to 10? You're gonna make me stand here for 10 minutes? You know, out of a 24-hour window? Yeah, no. She takes it too far. But I mean, Hobbit worked with them, and she worked there, and I heard all the inside about that place. And you know, it's so filthy. They used to have poop backing up in the women's showers all the time, and they wouldn't pay to get the company in there. And the place was horrible because if something was broken, they would not fix it until a Google review went up. Until it was completely exposed and the light was shined on it, they wouldn't fix anything at that gym. And I was like, man, this place, what in the hell? And I'm glad she don't work there no more. It's like, oh, thank goodness you're out. A lot of people are getting ready to quit, but that manager's just no, no. It's bad when your own employees say you're a squirrel. You know what I mean? Because the road of life is paved with squirrels that can't make up their mind which way to go. But nah, that man's on some serious, you know, serious stuff. But whatever. Oh man. But oh, Bowling Green. Hey, if y'all Bowling Green guys are y'all getting the sunnies, y'all lucky. I'll be up there.
Sonny's barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm happy with the Waterburger, and you're going to be happy with the Sonny's,
Oh
huh?
yes. Oh man. You can't. I can't wait for sunnies. All you, all you can eat barbecue. Mm-hmm. Sign me up.
And and
I'm gonna try to be. I'm gonna try to get as fat as you are, Charlie. What are you doing? You're confused.
well, I'm going to throw something at you here, and some people are going to think I'm racist, but
You are
when I get barbecue, I want it from a black man cooked barbecue. So
racist.
so if it's a little chain barbecue place,
Racist.
I mean they're all right, but you get you a seasoned
You hear this man? He
you
just
find
said if he gets barbecue, he wants it from a black man.
you right because they know how to cook barbecue. You get you a
Right.
good seasoned old black feller that knows how to cook barbecue. That's the barbecue I want.
Well, why ain't you going and finding out where B shifts went? He was barbecue guy. Portland B shift.
Oh,
Earl.
Earl, he's a barbecue
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Oh, I didn't know.
You didn't know that? No. Oh,
Well, I need to.
that's right. You're a racist. You didn't. You don't talk to black people. I forgot.
Oh, shut up.
Lordy,
Better not
lordy,
be.
lordy.
I guess I can't talk to my nephews anymore,
Yeah, stop
or,
talking to him.
or my great nephew.
Oh my God, what was that conversation when we was having that day and when he was in the car?
Which one?
I don't remember. Something
Was it
came
J?
up and it was
Was it JJ,
I don't remember, but
the tall,
you,
skinny one?
I don't know. We was talking on the phone and something came up and he was like, "Oh my God," he's probably like, "Oh shit, I'm in the car with these crazy white people."
Nah, he's used to it.
Oh Lord,
Uh,
but no, like I said, I ain't had too much to talk about other than it didn't come on today, but a spoon. Oh
oh
Lord.
yeah. Here's a funny thing. There was a young black boy that come to the house the other day trying to sell something to the wife,
Hmm.
and she answered the door and she said, and he started talking. She said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you was my nephew." And he went, "Ma'am, I'm black." And she's like, "Yeah, so is my nephews."
I'm surprised he didn't say, "What? We think we all look alike."
Uh, but she told me that. I said, "That's pretty funny."
No, I was. I guess the only other topic was me and Red's disagreement on the abortion thing this week.
Well, if we get into that, I want to get into it with he's on here because
Well, I mean, it's not. Look, I get if it's about freedom. If that's really your only thing, is it's about freedom to
but
go
but
one
it's
minute before the baby comes out and it's okay. I
no
still say
no
it's wrong.
no no. At
No, that's
some
completely.
point,
No. Well, I mean, even my mom, I told her about it, and me and her talked. We talked about it, and then that's when I brought it up to her, and I said, "Mom, if it was outlawed after 4.5 months, would you consider that a loss?" And she said, "Well, no." And I said, "Exactly." I said, "Kicking it back to the states didn't change anything.
no.
It didn't change not one thing."
See, the way I see it, I think it was a win for the pro-choice people because if the Supreme Court had ruled to outlaw it from time of conception for the whole country, then they got to
Well,
find some way to illegally do it.
The Supreme Court couldn't do that legally.
She's been there, or he's been there for a while.
Who? Uh, Supreme Court couldn't legally. The Supreme Court can't do that. They don't make law. They interpret it. You know. And Roe v. Wade was bad law. Um, you know, it's not in the Constitution whether you can or can't. There's, children aren't defined in the Constitution. If the Constitution said when you're 5 months old in the womb you're now a citizen, well then there's your line right there.
But
But
but you
Congress could sit down and vote tomorrow and send it over to the Senate, and then old Sleepy Joe could, I don't know, maybe he could poop on the paper to sign it. I
but
don't
you
know.
but you have the pursuit
The
of
pursuit
what?
of happiness is what it
Life,
is.
liberty, and happiness.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Oh yeah, life, liberty, and pursuit of
Jefferson
happiness.
Jefferson chose pursuit because
Yeah.
pursuit is different.
So at what point do you say the
The
baby's
life
life
in the
matters?
again,
I
since they
know
can't.
I know the big Christian religious people are going to say at conception. I know that, and as a Christian, I'm pro life, but you have to separate what you are personally to what your country is based on the Constitution, and the Constitution is based on freedom. So I know where Red's coming from, but at some point you got to say, yes, you the mother,
passing passing this timeline is just immoral and wrong.
because they're
But again, it goes back to the beginning of our conversation when you talked about adoption. So, you know, the system has come in and just muddled the waters on that one.
anything you let the government control
They're going to
It's
screw it
not
up.
going to work. All right, your education, how's that doing?
I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Your war on drugs, how's that doing? And
Yeah,
by the way, the biggest drug cartel there is in this country is
is
your
the
government.
government. Yes, oh yes.
Uh,
You just
so
you look at
it,
you look at the bad part of town where people are putting things that actually might be more natural in plastic bags and selling them on the street is wrong, but you don't look at CVS or Walgreens as bad.
and as a person that grew up with pretty much a whole family of alcoholics and a whole lot of pill heads, pharmaceutical drugs, that those pharmacies are far
There
worse.
are there are so many people out there that think that there's nothing wrong with them, but they used to hate their drunk uncle. But
Exactly.
they're sitting there, oh doctor, I need my pain, oh my pain.
They're popping
You know,
Xanax and hydrocodone like
yes,
they're Tic Tacs.
yeah. I did, Xanax was, the manager of Portland. Well,
Well,
but
that's one thing I can say that I'm glad that I broke the mold from what our family was. Some of the cousins didn't because
you could
uh,
you could make the argument if somebody wakes up every morning and has coffee, they're an addict.
I,
You're
I
addicted to coffee. You're an addict.
I'm addicted to caffeine. I'm
Is
addicted
there
to nicotine.
is there a difference in the way people act on coffee as alcohol? But I mean, think about your old drunk uncles back in the day. No, he's just a wino. It's just your excuse to just write him off.
Hey, my drunk uncle had 13 DUIs. My granddaddy drank a pot of coffee a day. He didn't get 13 DUIs off that pot of coffee a day. So there's a
It's,
difference.
I know there is there's a difference on your personality outcome. How it makes you act. It has a difference.
But getting back on that, if we could get the government out of the adoption process and change that, the
You get
abortion topic would be less of an issue for both sides, right?
I think so.
Uh, because the problem with society today is they care more about these stupid animals. And I say stupid animals because that's all they are, right? They were put here for us to use how we see fit. Like that cat over there that's laying aside the bowl because she's silly. If I was hungry and I wanted to cook her and eat her, guess what?
You'd have some internal conflicts in your house.
Well, but still, that animal was put here for that reason. But you'll get in
Or
more trouble and
I
you'll
would
catch
suggest you
more
just.
flack
Oh yes, I know.
out of killing a cat or a dog than you will murdering your own child. And if that doesn't tell you what's wrong with this country, this world, and this society, I don't know what else I can say to you.
It's it's true. I mean, I like you said, coming from being a Florida person, when I came up here, in Florida, if you killed your neighbor's dog or a cat or something, oh my goodness, they had harsh. And then you come up here and they're like, cops up here are like, well, if a dog's on your property, shoot it. Like
What
that's the
let's use
only.
there's so many Trump supporters out there. Let's use his line. What was that road he was
I
talking
could
about? He would,
shoot somebody in the middle of Fifth Avenue and
yeah.
y'all would still vote for me.
All right, they were fine with that. Now you put Trump in the same Fifth Avenue with his gun pointed towards the dog.
Oh yeah, no, no,
Oh
no,
my
no, no,
God!
no.
Oh my
Well,
God!
I thought you was gonna say you put Trump on Fifth Avenue. I can stand on Fifth Avenue and do an 8 month old abortion, and y'all still vote for me. No, now you crossed the line with your own supporters. But shoot an old man. Hey, look, my buddy up in Pennsylvania. You. I don't know if you remember talking to him.
Yeah, I did.
Black guy. He said he told me he's like you can't be pro life and be pro gun, and I said I'm not pro life. I said I'm pro freedom. I'm pro choice. Everything. I said, but at some point, a baby's an innocent. There is a marker when the baby crosses that point that makes it an innocent baby.
Me and you
And
stand on opposite sides of the spectrum personally. I think, right? Because I'm pro life personally, and you're what?
I'm just free. I mean, I'm with Red on the freedom thing,
So you're pro
but
choice,
I'm with
and
Red
I'm
on the
pro
freedom
life.
thing. But I feel like there should be some exceptions to the point that everybody in this country, why are you wanting? It's 8 months old. Why are you wanting to kill it
See,
now?
see, red is the prime example. Like Christians take it to an extreme one way, and red's taking it to the extreme the other way. What? So you got to have
Up
a
to 1 minute. He said 1 minute before it comes out of the womb, it's still a choice.
no,
I
it's
was
not.
like, I'm like, dude. That's just
If the baby
so.
can survive at 20 weeks without the mother,
Well, I mean, like I said, if the woman wants the choice, take the baby out and record your right. But I was bringing up the thing, about shouldn't the father have some say in it? You know, if the baby was 6 months old and the mother decided she wanted to go have abortion, shouldn't the father have the right to stop that if he wanted the child?
absolutely.
And then he started saying, well, that could be bad because what if 6 months old the father told the mom that he wanted it terminated, and she said, well, I'm not terminating it. Well, then that's same thing.
The father
Open
should
it
be able
up.
to sign his rights away, and
The mother could sign her rights away, but she's got to either keep the baby. And if the mother says, well, it's my womb, okay, take it out. Take it out, but not kill it. The father stepped in, take the baby out at 6 months, and if it survives, the father gets to raise it, and you can't never look
the
for it
mother's
again, woman.
she signed her right away.
You're a woman. You're a POS woman, and you don't need to look at it no more.
I posted something the other day on my Facebook page that said, I find it interesting that a man cannot have an opinion on a women's uterus, but they can play women's sports. It's funny, but it's
they're
true, right?
they're not men no more.
Uh, yeah, Rose, I
Aren't you?
understand what you're saying, but we're talking about the debate where the Christians believe it's only pro life, and then
I tried
the
to.
freedom people think it's only pro choice. And personally, I'm pro life, but we have to look at the Constitution. The Constitution doesn't say anything about abortion,
It
but
doesn't protect. The Constitution doesn't protect the unborn. Okay, it
the
does.
unborn does not
On the
mean they're not alive.
on the freedom side, up to 1 minute before it comes out of the womb, they're not
No,
protected by the Constitution. No,
I understand
uh,
that. What I
it
was
was
saying
left out.
is,
The Constitution has its problems. The 3/5 compromise, where the black
uh,
population only
but a
counted
lot of
for
people,
3/5 of the census. That
right,
was a problem.
but
It
a lot of
had
people don't
problems. It
even
has
realize
flaws, but it's
they.
the best thing we got. you
A
know.
lot, a lot of people don't even know and realize that.
Oh, I know. A lot of people don't realize that the Emancipation Proclamation only applied to the states in rebellion. Go read
Yep.
it. Go and read it. Lincoln pushed it in, Mister. You're all freedom. I'm going to free everyone.
He
Read
only
it.
freed the slaves in the rebelling
In the
states in the
rebelling
South.
states. It says it right there in the Emancipation Proclamation, and it's like, whoa, he didn't free him in the Union. Okay, all right. That's
This is the one problem I have with all these groups. Right? There should not be any slavery. There should not be any hate, racism, none of that. Absolutely should not
we
be
weren't.
whatsoever.
I think that our generation, Spoon, was actually, truly, really, actually getting to the not being racist because we've just nobody talked about it, nobody cared. Everybody just kind of did their own thing, and everybody's
Until
everybody's people.
until they started bringing it back up that
How do
it
you
wasn't.
conquer? How do you conquer a united people? Though you don't.
You divide them.
Exactly. So they changed the narrative about 10 years ago. And this new Gen Z or whatever this new generation is, these are racist SOBs you ever. I mean, come on.
But what I'm
Mm.
getting at is all these movements. If you want to say the BLM and Antifa and all these, they want to talk about racism and hate and slavery and this and that. Why are they not worried about the real slavery that goes on?
Because they want their iPhones that's made by those poor slaves at Foxconn over in China.
Huh?
The
Every, every,
suicide nets around the building.
everybody's worried about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's trial, but they don't care about Epstein's and your own government,
Hold on.
Hollywood, being the biggest sex
Giselle,
traffickers there are. You don't care about that, right?
you don't want to see the flight list, huh? I want to see the flight list. I want to know who there was
Absolutely.
on. I want to see who visited that island because we all know what was going on that island.
Did you see the Did you see the meme of that the
Which
lady Maxwell,
which one?
the Epstein Max? What
No,
is her?
I know, but
All
just
right, but
Lane or
the
whatever.
meme it showed a jail cell
Hmm.
and it was open and the toilet in there. It had a blue pantsuit on, but you couldn't see the face. It said, "Your cell's ready." Talk about Hillary,
Yeah. No.
Hillary.
Well, it was, remember that Elon? Hell, even Elon Musk did that on Twitter with the meme, like things I'll never see in my life, and it was like a dragon, a unicorn, a leprechaun, and then the Maxwell plane, flight list.
Yeah. Well, you do a whole lot more research and reading than I do.
Yeah, it's not really reading.
Well,
I
I'm
have books on audiobooks and stuff.
right.
Yes.
But me and you both do a lot more than your normal person does, right?
Yeah, because I
And
could care less on who's dancing with the stars.
but
So,
you know, people don't realize like who was the head of the CIA when JFK was assassinated.
mhm.
You know, why and did they go in and murder people in Waco? They don't pay attention to all those things.
People have
If you follow the link, everything is linked together, and people were put there and the reason, like like with Kennedy, he or Reagan, he was going to try to do the same sort of things that Kennedy wanted to do, and they got to him. Right, they shot him.
well, he came. I mean, there's pictures of Reagan in the '60s at Bohemian Grove and things like that. I've seen them. And I mean, for me, it was where do you go? What do you do? And everybody sits around and they says we want to know where it went wrong. And
Federal Reserve, World
well,
War One.
it was going wrong in the early 1900s is when a lot of things were going wrong, but a lot of things were going wrong even before. I mean, I disagreed with Teddy Roosevelt. I mean, Teddy Roosevelt tried to stop the coal miners, and tried to say we'll nationalize the coal mines. He threatened the owners to force them to pay, and he shouldn't have had that power.
No,
Just like Lincoln shouldn't have had the power to, be a war of northern
they
attrition.
they have took his presidency and his story and completely twisted it to
Oh,
what the truth really is.
It's almost like they want a church with Lincoln's face on some kind of stained glass
He is
window with the
he
sun
is one
shining
of the
through it.
biggest tyrant presidents we've ever had in history.
He sent in troops in Maryland and arrested state representatives because he knew those representatives were going to vote for secession. And he did. If they would have voted for secession, D.C. would have been surrounded.
He arrested
He arrested,
reporters.
I think it was almost 20 state representatives that he knew were going to vote for secession,
He
and he
arrested
jailed them so they could
report,
not vote for it.
reporters and newspaper writers
I
and had
don't
a
support I don't support William Lamberth, our representative, much, but if he was going to vote for secession and Biden jailed him, wouldn't you call that a problem?
I would be down there in his defense. You're absolutely right.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. That's why the war. That's why the Mason Dixon line. I don't think a lot of people really. The Mason Dixon line actually goes in Pennsylvania, not Maryland. It strolls between Maryland and Pennsylvania because Maryland was really secessionist in a way because they knew that centralized government had become too powerful and had forgotten all about its core beliefs of hands
Right.
off. Even these court cases and stuff with the Bruin. Oh, what a great decision! Oh my gosh, the court did such a good job with that one, except for just a couple little things. There's a couple things, but I was talking to somebody this week. I said when I drive around out here now, I need to keep my eyes peeled for a nice big charter bus and hope Clarence Thomas comes out of it because I would love to talk to him. You know what I
Hey,
mean? I would love to talk to Clarence Thomas. I don't. I could care less about Lady Gaga.
look down.
Look at what?
Look at all
Oh,
that
that's
red.
the problem. There's the problem. Those redheaded Biden voters. Oh my goodness, woke asses.
Rose said that slavery comes in all ways.
We're
Husbands were
slaves today.
women were property and slaves to their husband, and kids were slaves. God's people were slaves in Egypt. I don't. There's still slavery that goes.
The
That still
Chinese people are slaves now.
North
Mexicans are
Korean.
slaves now.
Uh, it's something that's never going to stop uh, in the world, but we should absolutely stop every sort of slavery there is in this country. Even us being slaves to the government and them stealing our taxes.
Well, yes, taxation is theft. If you don't think taxation is theft, you should really sit down and take a long look in the mirror and say to yourself, "Wait a minute, is taxation theft?" Yeah, yeah, it is. Especially direct taxation, which the founders were against. That's the one thing I keep looking at the most is, you know, why is this direct taxation happening? You know, the Constitution clearly lays out that it must be
Well, who was president when the Federal Reserve came in? Woodrow Wilson.
yes.
So me and my neighbor we talked about that. He was pretty much bought paid for because what you got out of Woodrow Wilson was you got federal
No,
income tax,
he
you
was
got
put
Federal
in by the
Reserve,
bankers. Yes, Federal Reserve, federal income tax.
that's and World War One.
We were pretty late to World War One. We really
Uh,
were. We really showed up at the in the fourth quarter, back half
well,
of the fourth quarter.
well, but by the time he got by the time the bankers bought him, got him in, and pushed for it, we were there,
Well,
right?
no, he was president the whole time World War War started. They needed their excuse to go in. That was the thing. They needed a reason, and it came at the Lusitania, the sinking of the Lusitania. Look it up. When the Germans sunk the Lusitania, that was the reason. Just
Did,
like
did,
Pearl Harbor was a
did,
reason.
did the Germans sink the Lusitania?
Yes, they
I
did.
don't. I don't think
No, they did. No,
did.
they did. No, they did sink it. I've seen it. I've seen the article. There's an article that was put in the New York Times. The German government paid for an article in the New York Times that says if the Lusitania sails into German waters as scheduled, it will be sunk. Do not board this ship. Because it
But
was very public that they were going to sail that ship
what
through
what
the
I'm
German waters.
what I'm getting at is, I think we as a country purposely sent it through there so it would get sunk, so
They
that we'd
wanted
have
it
a reason
sunk.
to get.
Well,
Yes,
yes.
absolutely.
Yes. And then that's when they brought in the League of Nations and they tried to stop everything. And then here comes the rise of Hitler. But see, when we talk about this, you get the rise of Hitler, and then after that, you've got the United Nations. And just like them pictures that I shown red with the fast keys, that was put up at the House of Representatives
You mean the
in
New World Order?
1950. No, our House of Representatives
Yeah.
has that bound there on both sides of the flags, left and right, bound sticks with an axe in the middle, draped by vines. That is the symbol of fascism. That's the symbol of fascism.
Yep.
And it's been here since the 1950s.
That's what I said. New World Order. This
Well,
is
it's
this
not.
has been in the works for well over 100 years. They're
Oh no,
slow.
the League of Nations was their first attempt. That didn't it fail. Then they brought in the UN, the fascism, and they're doing a damn good job. They've really greased the gears and had it running for the last 70 years. But my parents weren't even born when that went up. So my parents were born into a fascist nation. But people can't say that. Nobody in this country wants to say that. Nobody in this country, everybody in this country wants to believe, oh, we're capitalists. No, it's what you've been told.
No.
We were capitalists. We are no such thing. We are fascists. We brought German fascism back here in 1950. The people who could see, if Warner von Braun, look him up. Don't take my word for it. Go look Warner von Braun up. Operation Paperclip. He helped us build the spaceships. He worked on the German V2 project. Came over here in the 1940s. Do you think that was by accident?
No.
No. Oh, no.
Everything they do is by design, and nothing is
No.
that by accident.
Are we powerful? Yes. Is this country very powerful? Yes. Could this country have done great things for the world? Absolutely. Does it? No. It enslaves the world instead of setting them free.
Hey,
Huh. What is that? Oh, you. Well, we're going to end this. I got some bacon. I got to. Oh. Hey, ain't you supposed to be on a diet, Mr. Spoon? You're supposed to
no,
be a.
I just got to eat a little healthier.
Really? Oh.
One piece of bacon ain't gonna hurt.
Mm-hmm. One pack of bacon ain't going to hurt.
I'm gonna eat a pack.
What? I can eat a pack of bacon. You lay a pack
I
of
got
bacon in front of me, I'll make it disappear.
I got turkey sausage.
Mm. Oh, God. Gross. But anyhow, but no, like I said, just be students of history and understand and realize it's not your parents' fault. You know, hell, and even probably ain't even your grandparents' fault. They probably didn't even realize what was happening and taking place.
They've been planning this stuff for what? Well
Oh,
over 100 years.
oh
Well
yeah.
over 100 years, and they've been taking small steps and giant steps where they could.
You know,
And if you look the way our country is now, they stand there in your face. They know they're lying. They know we know they're lying, and they still lie to all of us.
oh, I know.
You know why? Because they can, and they get away with it.
Because there's, you can lie to somebody and it doesn't mean that you go to jail for it or you're punished. But that was like the argument with my sister when I told her about, you act like I'm sitting around wanting to hang black people or something. Are you crazy? I said, because basically that argument came as I'm a proud Confederate. And she's like, oh, how dare you? Confederate means states' rights. That's what it means.
I'm a proud Confederate too. I wish the South would have won because the Civil
And
War had very
we
minimal
can't.
percentage that it had to do with slavery.
Well, it was a
It,
small
it was more.
percentage.
It
Today,
was more.
it's all about slavery.
It was more about slavery for the North than it was the South because they used that against the South, right?
Well, it was a sympathetic card to get the people in the North to sign up and pick up their guns. As they said, the South is going to just keep those black people in chains forever. And I'm sitting there. No, I sit there from a logical standpoint, and I say to myself, the cotton gin, and the combines, and the tractors, and the industrial revolution that was coming. Once you have a machine that can plow and harvest 100 acres of cotton, do you need to keep feeding those slaves? No. What do you need them for? Why? What good is it? Turn them loose. It's cheaper to turn them loose, right? They were going to be freed by technology anyway.
Yep.
But the sad thing is today you have people in China who are enslaved to make that technology.
Yep.
But
everybody wants your fucking iPhone. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
wants your iPhone. Won't you research where it's made and how it's made and how many people are enslaved and how many people commit suicide every day?
No, they don't commit suicide now because they put nets up to catch them when they jump off the building.
Yeah. they attempt suicide every day.
Yes, they tried a protest back in, what was it, 15, I think, or 16? It was somewhere back there. They were organizing a protest strike, but since they were kind of pretty much indentured servants to the Foxconn Corporation, their only means was to access the roof and jump off the building, and they did accomplish.
There was a lot of them.
It was maybe a dozen or so, but I give or take, that actually jumped off the roof and committed suicide, and then all of a sudden we can put up nets and it'll catch them so they can't commit suicide. That's the sickening irony that should wake any person up. But now a lot of people are waking up because of the inflation. A lot of people are starting to see it. I was scared of inflation in 2009. I was like, whoa, they're just going to pump all this money in the system.
They wake up with false pretenses. It's all Biden's fault, right? That's all they say. President Trump didn't sign the 2 stimulus packages, did he?
Oh, no.
They didn't go into effect while he was in office, did he? It's all Biden's fault, right? And I'm not defending Biden because I don't support him either. I didn't vote for him. I'm just saying.
That's my argument that I would have at Crowder, honestly. when they sit there and they say, "Well, inflation was only 1 point something percent when Biden took office. What's it now?" I'm like, "Yeah, and it's because of your guy." You know what I mean?
It takes 2 to 3,
You
4 years
didn't
for
finish
inflation
your
to catch
sentence.
up.
You did not finish your sentence. When you're trying to make this inflation look like it's Biden's, you didn't finish your sentence because it takes years to 2 years for that to catch up.
Yeah.
It's a rolling number, and it takes time for it to come to fruition. You
But
know,
you remember the American people, majority of them are brainwashed and stupid, so they take that for fact and run with it, right?
it's a half fact. It's a half
Thank you.
fact. Just like your mayor can sit up there and say, we got a balanced budget and $4 million in the bank, and you're about to spend 2.3 on fire machines. Good,
Yeah,
good job,
but
mayor.
but he's telling half truths because he won't tell about the $50 million bill, right?
No, did they give you the new budget, by the way?
No,
No. Did you ask for it? Or?
not yet.
I mean, we were there. Shouldn't we have just said we're here to inspect? Give us a new budget.
Well, we could do that, but I didn't request anything else until I get all. I mean, I'm still waiting
Well, I
on
mean, the
stuff from
last
people.
budget, was June 30th. Is the last budget the one that from 2021? It was dated June 30th.
That was 2020 budget.
Yeah, but it was closed out and finalized on June 30th, 2021. That was the date on it.
Right. So we want to get last year's budget closed out. It would be closed
half
out.
truth. Well, it's half truths. Just go ahead and talk to people like they're adults. That's the way I look at it.
Say what?
Oh, Lord.
She said, if you come over, this is what you're getting.
What the? I'm not eating your turkey sausage. I don't eat the hell's the matter with you.
You're getting turkey sausage, strawberries, tomato slices, and some eggs.
Oh, hell no, I'm staying home. My eggs are fresher. My eggs are fresher anyway. I had a basket full of them. I just went out there and got 21 eggs.
Nah, we got some bacon.
I'm just messing with you. I was just messing with you. It's just a joke, but I thought you were supposed to eat more than one slice of bacon. I hope that's a strawberry or a tomato.
Oh. That was strawberry.
Oh. Okay.
I got two doggies over here staring at me like,
feed me. Just remember, they're four-legged meat lockers. If y'all really get hungry enough, you can open them up and eat them.
Now my husky, he's picky. She tried to give him bacon, he wouldn't eat it.
What?
But if he had Skittles or Reese's, he'd eat those.
Well, oh hell. It looks like Mr. Spoon's about to have his breakfast. I guess we're gonna call it a day, huh?
Cut her off.
Yeah,
Let me
cut
see
her off.
Let's see if I can find some good music for you.
No, please don't do that. White crap. Please just don't do that.
What are you talking about? That is good.
Oh my goodness!
Absolutely good.
Hobbit
music.
started listening to Jelly Roll, and I was like, "What in the hell is this?"
Jelly Roll.
And I'm like, "Yeah, some guy named Jelly Roll or something is from Nashville." She playing him recently, and I was like, "What the heck?" Now she called me morbid the other night because I was listening to that band Skinned or whatever. I'm talking about you, SKYND. There's a heavy metal like rock band that's kind of like rock techno called Skinned, and all their songs are about mass murderers or killers. They only make a song about it. And then she was listening. She was like, "Why do you listen to that?" I said, "I don't know. It's kind of catchy." And then she's like, "Oh, what the hell? That's morbid. That's like me. That's like her falling asleep to 24 hours of unsolved mysteries and, murder porn or whatever, true crime. But she'll fall asleep to that for 24 hours and sleep to it." I'm like, "What the hell?" But I don't know. But she started talking about Jelly Roll, and I was like, "Well, gosh, okay, whatever."
What you say?
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll.
Your Jelly Spoon. Jelly Spoon.
New Breed and Jesse Howard. You heard of New Breed and Jesse Howard?
Mm-mm.
No, I hadn't heard of New Breed and Jesse Howard.
No.
Not unless that's what I'm listening to, but I don't think so.
No, but that Skin, the first song that caught me was the song Columbine. They did a song about Columbine, and the video was like kind of morbid in a way. But I was like, oh man, you know. Whew. But I don't know. I like some. I like that weird stuff. Like
I'll
like
look them
like
up. New Breed and Jesse Howard. They said they're good. We need to look them up.
I gotta ask Mikey. He showed me some band this yesterday, and eat Doreen or something like that. I was like, what? I've looked them up too. Well, you look them up, but find some good music, not this, you know, fat people trying to be Kid Rock. Come on.
Oh hell! All right, we're gonna get
Oh,
out of here.
all right,
I'm gonna
y'all.
I'm gonna turn the music on and end it.
Oh no. Let's see what you got. I don't hear nothing. Are you jelly rolling?